What is up, YouTube? New video today. I hope you guys are ready. But before we get into that, one small thing I need to mention. Guys, I love y'all and I love making videos for y'all, and you guys are really cool when it comes to support my channel with the likes and all the comments, but my subscribers are not really doing too well, and if I want to do this for a living, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button. So if you guys could do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified of all of my new videos, that will be amazing. You will be amazing and everything will be amazing. So please, if you guys have the time, please click down there for me. But with that out of the way, let's get started. Dual wielding. Guys, I've wanted to dual wield in Destiny for as long as I can remember, since Taken King actually. Where's my dual wielding? Alright, so dual wielding. What do I mean by dual wielding? Do I mean by exotics that hold two weapons instead of just one? Or can we just actually dual wield? So, let's get started. Dual wielding. There are three ways we can go about this, alright? The first one is we can actually use the weapons we have in game already, and they're only primaries. Like, they can only be like hand cannons or auto rifles. Now, when you dual wield, which is a separate type of shooting, you may not have a secondary, or I guess I should say like a special weapon. So when you put on dual wielding mode, you can only use, two hand cannons or a hand cannon and an auto rifle. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why you would do that, but a hand cannon, a sidearm, whatever you cool with, you can dual wield. You know what? No, scratch that, because, well, wouldn't you want to dual wield shotguns like Reaper if you really wanted to dual wield? Okay. I figured it out. Okay, so you can't use a secondary to dual wield, right? You can't use shotguns, but there is an exotic that actually gives you two shotguns to dual wield. Alright, so that fixes that problem. Alright, so back to what I was saying. So you have two hand cannons that you dual wield. You can't have a secondary to dual wield. That's one way of doing it. Alright, the second way of doing it is, like I said, with the shotguns. All the dual wielding weapons will be exotic. Like, you'll have like two exotic hand cannons that like don't, like, they're literally just an equip for the primary. You just whip out two pistols at the same time for your primary, and then you can still have on your sniper to switch to, or your shotgun, or whatever you fancy for your secondary and your heavy, right? You could do that, and on top of that, you could also, how would you throw grenades? That is the next question. I'm pretty sure everybody else has already thought about that. If you dual wield two hand cannons, how do you throw grenades? You know what? No, if you thought of that, screw you. All right, that's not what we're talking about here today. We're dual wielding and we're going to make it work. You can put the gun away and throw the grenade. That's still a thing. It happens. All right. So yeah, like I said, exotics that have two hand cannons that dual wield. So you could have like whatever their dual wield hand cannons for the primary, and it'll be in like the primary slot, and then they can make like a secondary that does like energy damage, like stasis, like a dual stasis hand cannon. Oh my god, what did I just bring into the world? Yeah, but anyway, something like that. And then third, we don't have any heavy hand cannons. So if you get heavy and they're like two gigantic hand cannons, you could like, dual hand cannons that way with the heavy. So you could have a whole new archetype of weapons in the heavy slot for dual wielding. There you go. So there's three different types of dual wielding. Now, which one is the most possible solution for Bungie to do? I think all three of these are actually pretty easy to put into the game. Now, I don't think doing the first one with like, just letting you use the two weapons that are in the game will be okay, because then people will just dual wield Thorn. Like, who's trying to dual wield Thorn? Everyone's trying to dual wield Thorn. You can't get away from the first one. Now you dual wield them? No thank you. So they would have to go with making an exotic that dual wields, or making a heavy, that dual wields, or making a secondary. I guess you could do it like Aaron's Vow if you really wanted to go that route. And those can be, you use special ammo for it instead. Either way, they would have to make like a new weapon type, I think, if they were actually going to introduce dual wielding. And if they did it the other way, I am not complaining. Either way, I have dual wielding in the game, And that is what we're here to talk about today. So dual wielding is really, really cool. Now you could also make like a dual wielding sword, you know, for an exotic, like 2 swords for an exotic. You know, you just hold like 2 swords like Lloyd or something, and like one has like ice and fire, literally like Lloyd. They could do that also, and that's just one step in the right direction for us to dual wield everything. We just have to get the first one in, all right? It's like Obama. You got to get the first one in, and then we can start thinking about what we actually want, you know? Like I don't know if that was a good example or not, but yeah, so that's really how that's got to work, and that's really what I'm thinking about with dual wielding, and that's really it. To be honest, this is supposed to be a very short video. I'm pretty sure I made this as long as I could already for dual wielding. I wanted to make sure I explained the possible scenarios of which ways we can get dual wielding in the game, and I hope I covered all of them that you could possibly make for dual wielding. And if I haven't, put down in the comments a different way to introduce dual wielding into Destiny 2. And with that out of the way, thank you for watching Gamer in Glasses.